Hello. Every time you open a newspaper or every time you hear about news, you can hear and you can see a boy, a girl, or a woman or a man committing suicide is one of the headlines in the newspaper or in the news. Every time we hear about it, every time we see this, we of course feel bad about it. We of course try to sympathize with these people, but I think it's time we do more than that. Rather than just sympathize and rather than just try to understand or question why they do it, we try to understand what we can do to make sure this doesn't happen. Because if you look at it, the suicide rates in India has been going on has been increased on an alarming rate, and every single day we hear about it, we see people talking about it, but very less we understand what we can do about it and what we can do to make sure that we stop it. It's not much that we have to do. It's not a hard work or a hard task we have to do to make sure that this doesn't happen. It's simple things that matter the most. It's simple gestures that we do to the people around us that matters the most. And it can be done by anybody. It can be done by anybody for anybody. So it is very important that we understand what are those gestures and what are these things that we can do to make sure that we understand, at least provide as much support as we can to help the people around us. Everybody, including us, definitely are going through a lot of things in our life. We are suffering from a lot of things. We are enduring a lot of things in our own lives. At the same time, certain people may have somebody to speak about it. Certain people may have somebody to talk about these things. But on the other hand, there are a huge number of people who do not have someone to talk about it, who do not have someone to share these feelings or thoughts with. They may have their family, they may have their friends, and with all due respect to all of them, they may still find it difficult to speak about all these things to somebody. So it's very important, as their family members, as their friends, or as their support system, we lend our hand, we give our hand to them to make sure that they know that we are there to support them. I think it's time we stop waiting for them to come to us, and rather it's time for us to go to them and ask them and help them know that we are there for them. Like I said, a simple gesture of asking them what's happening or how they are. And if you know somebody who is going through something, and if you know somebody who you see is it's going through depression, or you feel that somebody is upset about certain things, all right, you don't have to stand back, or you don't have to wait for them to come to you, but rather you can just go ahead and ask them what's happening, how are they doing, what's going on. Maybe even if they're not ready to talk about it, even if they are not ready to share it, at least they'll feel comfort, or at least they'll know that there is somebody who who does ask me about all these things. Maybe in the right time, maybe at the right moment, they will come and speak to you about it. But at least we must do what we can to make sure this doesn't happen again, to make sure that we give our best and do what we can, because this has become a serious issue, right? Everywhere you see, every news, not just news, every topic that we discuss, all right, at least one of the topics is about suicide. It's also about depression, because it has become a very common thing, and it's also become a very common thing that we do not do anything about it. I really do appreciate the people who are doing something about it, and with all due respect to everybody, I'm not saying that we are not doing anything. Yes, definitely we are doing so much. We are definitely being there for people, but we definitely have also need to be more and more be there for people, and we also have a lot of things we still can do. What we are doing, I really do appreciate it, but I'm also saying that we still have a lot to do, we still have a lot to learn, we still have a lot to things that we can do to help these people out. Every single time you hear about someone committing suicide, you hear about someone undergoing depression, we need to be more and more alert. We need to be more and more understanding of the situation that we are in, the society that we are living in. There's a lot of pressure around us. There's a lot of pressure around everything that we're doing, right? Whether it is our job, whether it's our family, whether it's our relationship, whether it's our education, everywhere around us, all right? Whether it's just following your own dreams and passion, there is definitely a lot of pressure all around us, trying to, maybe this pressure could be something that we induce on our own selves, or could be from the people around us or from the society. Whatever it may be, we deserve to feel calm, we deserve to feel normal, we deserve to feel relaxed. We do not deserve to feel so much pressure upon us that we eventually break. We deserve to have somebody to speak to, we deserve to have somebody to talk to. It could be counselors, it could be psychologists, right? Or doesn't have to be counselors, or doesn't have to be psychologists. It could be you, who's a friend to somebody who is going through this phase of depression, or who's going through this phase of suicidal ideations. Let us be that friend, let us be that family member, let us be that people around to whom they can feel comfortable talking to whom they can feel comfortable speaking to about their issues, about their feelings. And let us also be an example by sharing our thoughts, sharing our feelings about how we feel as much as possible by us, so that we build a bridge for them and also for us, so that there is a proper amount of communication that can help build the relationship in a manner which will only help the people around us to build a strong and proper amount of support for them. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for supporting all the videos and all the comments you guys been giving me. Thank you so much. And thank you once again. Thank you.